A man thinketh is basically talking about or this next outline talks about the effect of thoughts in circumstances. It tells us that one cannot discover themselves through the environment around them without discovering themselves on the inside. That means we need to know ourselves, we need to know what we are capable of, we need to know our ups and our downs, our highs and our lows, our strength and our weaknesses, because if we're able to know this, we can put away any negative thoughts and think only positively to improve our circumstances. The next outline talks about the effect of thoughts and on our health and body. This explains to us that the unhealthy thinking can cause negative effects on our health and on our body. When thinking negatively, the body sinks into disease and decay. But when you think positively, the body is covered with youthfulness and beauty. This is because the body is as delicate as plastic. The next out the thoughts on factor in achievement. It talks about how achievements are directly tied to our thoughts. That means if we want to achieve any great feat in life, if we want to achieve what we want to be in life, it starts with ourselves. It starts with our mindset. It starts with what we want to believe or not. That is all for the next item. Then this next outline is vision ideal. It talks about that we should never let go of our dreams. We should persevere and hold on to our dreams, that our dreams will lead us to who we'll be in the future, to what we will become. Then the next outline is serenity. Serenity talks about the importance of self-control, calmness, and right thinking in achieving your inner strength and your serenity. That this means that you need, in being a great leader, you need to be calm. You need to have great mindsets. You need to be have very good self-control, and you need to always think in the right direction in achieving your inner strength. So the next part of this book, as a man thinketh, is from poverty to power. This is the part two. Now, the lesson in poverty to power, we have like I think two books, two parts in poverty to power. Now, the first one is this part, where the first outline under this part is the lesson of evil. This part talks about the lesson of the end, emphasizing on the importance of balancing fun with success in life. That means it brings us to the conclusion of the popular Bible verse in our religion, Christianity, Ecclesiastes chapter 3 verse 1. For every time there is a season for every matter under the heavens. That means there's a time to have fun, there's a time for success. And now this passage discusses about balancing fun with success, balancing fun with work in order for you not to miss it. Next outline talks about the word reflex of mental stress. This basically tells us that the world revolves around what we think. All that we weave is the result of what we have thought. There's this quote I heard that I really liked, that be the change you want the world to see. Don't only look for change. Don't only cause change. The change that you want to see in the world should be from you. This is what this part of this outline is talking about. That your own world comprises of your own thoughts. And if your thoughts are happy, it's because you are dwelling in happy thoughts. Then the next one is talking about the way out of undesirable control. This emphasizes on true wealth, power, happiness that comes from mastering emotions and cultivating compassion and kindness. It warns us that unchecked emotions like anger or jealousy can be destructive, can destroy us from the inside. Emotions that we are not sensitive enough to, like anger, you're trying to squeeze it down, you're trying to put it down. It can be destructive and it can eat us from inside, and it can be the worst version of ourselves. That means in order for us to be good, now to also be an effective leader, we should be very sensitive we should be emotionally intelligent. Those emotions that we want to silence, we should bring it out and express it. The next outline talks about the silent power of thought. Silent power of thoughts. Controlling one thought in a direct force. This tells us about the silent power of thoughts and the importance of self-control. That self-control is very important as as leaders. As leaders, we need a huge amount of self-control, because there are some things that people under you can do that you can react to, that you will react to, that will not be necessary. The next one talks about the secret of health and success of power. This emphasizes about the power of positive thoughts in achieving health, success, and inner strength. It talks about your positive thoughts can bring out the best in you. It can bring out the best in every aspect of your life. Next part talks about the secret of abounding happiness. It talks about the root of happiness is from helping others. If you want to be truly happy, do what you do best by practicing goodwill, by practicing that act of selflessness and that act of kindness and that act of generosity, in order so that you can help others that need help, that are seeking for help. Next part talks about the realization of prosperity, that prosperity is given to those who have a kind heart and that allows integrity and trust. Prosperity only abound to those that practice the act of kindness, and people that actually have the attribute of integrity and trust in one another. Part 2 of the poverty to power talks about the power of meditation, that the ability of maintaining a positive mindset, strong faith, and a clear confidence leads to overall well-being and success, leads to overall can make our leadership effective. Next talks about the two masters of ourself, self and truth. This passage talks about the master of truth and self. It explains that master of self is guided by passion. Master of self is guided by what you want to do and your selfish desire and human insatiable desire that can never be filled. And the master of truth talks is guided by patience and humility. It's guided by your humility, how humble you are. The next part talks about the acquisition of spiritual power. See, in this part, it made us to know that we should emphasize that the truth comes from within and can only be achieved by letting go of selfish desire and cultivating spiritual discipline. To bring us to the point that we should be faithful, we should be true to our God. Our God, He's the one that prospers all of our endeavors. He's the one that makes all of our endeavors. He gives our life meaning. And now, the next part talks about the realization of selfless love. In this chapter, in this chapter, in this chapter, so this chapter talks about the full definition of love. Talks about that love is not only about intimacy. Love is not only about having that deep connection with a male or a female or with your friends, but love can also be expressed in your act of generosity or in your act of kindness. Love can also be expressed as an act of emotions. Agape love and selfless love is the best love known. So this short presentation. Once again, I am Itula-Omodiagbe Steve Usedibame, and I am happy, more than happy, to be a Maduka University student under the leadership of our FLD lecturer, who continually puts effort in bringing out the better version of ourselves. So I thank you for everyone that has listened to this short presentation. I hope that this presentation will help you in one way or the other. Thank you very much.